If she loves these sex positions, what it might really say about her, they say actions speak louder than words. But in intimacy, preferences whisper secrets no one dares to hear. Men, pay very close attention. If she craves these 3 sex positions, it may not just be about pleasure. It might be revealing something much deeper, something emotional, psychological, even hidden pain or deep desires from her past. This is not about judging her, it's about understanding her, because what turns her on could be what's been turning inside her for years. And once you understand what these positions reveal, you'll stop asking, why does she like this? And start asking, what does she really need from me? Number 1, if she genuinely loves the cowgirl position, there's something psychologically powerful happening beneath the surface. This is a position where she's in full control. She determines the pace, the angle, the rhythm. Unlike most traditional roles in intimacy, here the woman becomes the driver. And that shift, it's not just physical, it's deeply emotional. Many women who prefer this style are subconsciously seeking to take back control in a space where they may have once felt powerless. Maybe she grew up in a household where her voice didn't matter. Maybe past relationships silenced her desires. Or maybe she simply spent too much of her life doing what others expect. But here, right here, in this moment, she commands everything. It's no coincidence that psychologists often link women's sexual preferences to their emotional blueprints. According to clinical studies, women who favor dominant roles in intimacy often score high on autonomy, but may also have a complex relationship with trust. She might not tell you this, but when she's on top, she feels safe, not because she trusts you, but because she doesn't have to. That position removes uncertainty. She knows what she's doing. She's not wondering if you're reading her body right. She's guiding the moment. But it's not all about dominance. Sometimes it's about proving something to herself. Women who adore cowgirl may be silently screaming, "I'm worthy of being pleased on my terms." And if you, as a man, miss this signal, you'll think it's just about the excitement, but it's not. It's healing. It's affirmation. And sometimes it's resistance. Because in a world that constantly tells her how to look, behave, speak, and even feel pleasure, cowgirl says, "This is mine now." So next time she climbs on top, don't just admire the view, respect the vulnerability, the courage, and the voice she's finally letting speak through her body. If you get that, you won't just be a good lover, you'll be the safe place she's been searching for. Number 2, there's a reason the missionary position remains one of the most preferred around the world, and it's not because it's boring or basic. In fact, for many women who love this position, it's the exact opposite. It's deeply intimate, profoundly vulnerable, emotionally exposing. And here's the truth no one tells men. When a woman consistently chooses missionary, she's not being simple, she's being emotionally honest. Think about it. This is the only position where eye contact, facial expressions, breathing rhythms, and even unspoken energy collide. There's nowhere to hide. She's laid bare. Not just physically, but emotionally. Her entire front is exposed to you, her eyes locked with yours, her heart almost beating against your chest. That's not vanilla. That's courage. Psychologists and relationship therapists have long noted that women who gravitate toward missionary often have one major emotional driver. They need to feel safe. They're not avoiding complexity or wild fantasies. They're reaching for security, connection, and assurance. When she chooses missionary, it often means she wants to feel seen, not just touched. She wants to know in that moment that you're not just using her body, but that you're with her, inside her, emotionally as well. And here's what many men miss. Women who crave missionary might have experienced past betrayals, being used for pleasure without emotional investment. They may have encountered fast, detached intimacy where they were objects, not partners. So when she asks for this, or when she instinctively prefers it, she's trying to reconnect with a sense of emotional closeness. She wants to melt into you, to breathe with you, to feel your arms holding her down, not to restrain her, but to protect her. This position also allows her to read you, your eyes, your breath, your presence. If your eyes are closed the whole time, if you're distant, rushed, or disconnected, she knows. Missionary becomes painful when there's no emotion behind it. But if you're fully present, deeply engaged, whispering affirmations, maintaining eye contact, she blooms. Don't let movies or society convince you that complexity means depth. Sometimes it's the most basic positions that hold the deepest psychological weight. So when she craves missionary, take that seriously, because she's not just asking for a position, she's asking for a moment, a safe space, a reassurance. And if you give it to her with everything you've got, your body, your focus, your soul, she won't just love the moment. She'll love you for getting her without her needing to explain. 3. Here's a secret few men realize. When a woman chooses the cowgirl position, especially if she initiates it frequently, it's not just about physical pleasure. It's a deep psychological statement, a bold act of emotional expression, a silent confession of her internal world. Women who gravitate toward this position are often not just looking for stimulation. They're looking for something much deeper. Power, control, confidence, and emotional liberation. You see, in a world where women are often told to be passive, submissive, and quiet, in bed and in life, the cowgirl position flips the script. She's on top. She's in control. She dictates the rhythm. She leads the experience. And most importantly, you're watching her, all eyes on her. This is her moment to express sensuality, raw feminine energy, and authority, all in one motion. Psychologists often link this preference to a strong sense of self-awareness. Women who choose cowgirl regularly are not ashamed of their bodies. They're not scared to be seen. They're not waiting to be told what to do. This woman has likely done deep emotional work or broken through barriers of insecurity, shame, or cultural restriction. When she climbs on top, she's not just riding a wave of pleasure, she's riding away from old chains. But that's not all. In cowgirl, she has the ability to control intensity, the angle, the depth, the pace. It's all hers. This control can feel incredibly empowering, especially for women who have experienced relationships or encounters where their pleasure was neglected or ignored. It's a reclamation of her body, her needs, and her rhythm. There's also an emotional flip side. Some women who choose this position may not be emotionally dominant at all, but are learning to step into their power. Being on top allows them to explore confidence, to test how it feels to lead. If you pay close attention, you'll see these moments are not just physical, they're transformative. You're witnessing her becoming more of herself. And here's the most overlooked part. She's being vulnerable. You might think cowgirl means she's in control, but vulnerability and power can coexist. She's allowing herself to be fully seen, her body, her movements, her sounds, her expressions. She's saying, here I am, watch me, receive me. That takes emotional strength. If she initiates this often, understand what she's asking for. Your gaze, your acceptance, your admiration. She wants to feel that her power doesn't intimidate you, but draws you in. That she can be both strong and soft, wild and tender, confident and emotionally connected. So next time she gets on top, don't just lie there and enjoy the view. Witness her, admire her, let her lead, but stay emotionally present. Because in those moments, she's not just giving you pleasure. She's offering you a window into her evolving identity. Most revealing. If your woman loves it, not just does it occasionally to please you, but actually craves it, initiates it, and responds deeply to it, then there's something more going on than just physical pleasure. Here's the uncomfortable truth. This position psychologically is a window into control, trust, submission, and hidden emotional release. Let's break this down. When a woman turns her back to you in intimacy, she's doing something vulnerable. She's not watching you. She can't read your expressions. She has less control over what's happening, and that requires trust. In that moment, she's saying, I trust you not to hurt me. I trust you to hold me, not break me. But even deeper, she might be seeking something that is rarely talked about openly: release through surrender. Psychologically, many women who love doggy style have a complex emotional relationship with dominance and trust. They may have powerful personalities outside the bedroom, leading at work, managing families, making decisions all day. And in bed, they seek the opposite. They want to let go. They want someone else to take control, to handle them, to take the lead. It's not weakness, it's balance. In intimacy, they want to feel safe enough to collapse into vulnerability. But there's another layer. If she always chooses doggy style, if she prefers it over more connected or face-to-face positions, you need to ask yourself why. Because while it might feel amazing physically for both of you, it might also mean she's emotionally distancing herself. This position doesn't require eye contact. It doesn't demand emotional connection. For some women, that's comforting, because staying emotionally open during intimacy can be terrifying. Trauma therapists even mention this. Women who've had emotionally neglectful or abusive relationships in the past may prefer positions that don't require exposure of their feelings. They feel safer disconnected than fully seen. If she's never willing to lock eyes, never chooses more emotionally present positions, it might not just be preference, it might be protection. That's why your role is critical. Not to judge, not to label her, but to read beyond her body and into her soul. Ask yourself, does she melt into me when I hold her? Or does she keep space, even in the deepest intimacy? Doggy style can be beautiful. It can be passionate, playful, freeing. But only if it's balanced with emotional closeness outside the bedroom. Now, first of all, let me point out that from time to time, Tina smiles and begs me to pick her up and put her in my arms. Not just once, but every day. This poem is about an intimacy that begs. And here's the most powerful thing. When a woman chooses this position because she feels safe, when she allows you to lead, to guide, to dominate gently, it's not because she's weak. It's because she trusts you. And that trust is earned, not demanded. So next time she gives you her back, know what she's really saying. Lead me, but don't lose me. Take me, but see me. Hold me, but don't break me. And last one is, if your woman loves being choked, pinned down, held tightly, or dominated in bed, not just occasionally, but passionately prefers it, this is not something to brush aside as just her kink. No, this desire reveals something far deeper, psychologically, emotionally, and sexually. And most men are too naive, too distracted, or too untrained to see what's really going on. Here's the raw truth. Dominance in the bedroom is never just physical. It's emotional, it's psychological, it's about surrender, and not everyone is ready for that. When a woman loves being dominated, it means she is choosing to give up control, but only under one condition: that she feels completely safe. Not safe physically, safe emotionally. Let me break that down. In a world where women are constantly required to be in control, at work, in the family, on the street, in society, sometimes the bedroom becomes the one space where she doesn't want to be strong. She wants to be handled, not harmed. Led, not bossed. Held down, not degraded. And if she specifically enjoys being choked or dominated, here's what that might really mean. 1.